Sharon's not here, you're fine. Sharon's not here, you're fine. She won't jump.
Oh, no, I jump too. It's a lot louder up here.
Okay. This meeting of the Glendon Township Board of Trustees, May 21st, is called to order at 6:30 p.m. Pledge of Allegiance, please rise. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you all for coming. Roll call, please.
Heichel. Shineberry.
Present.
Iwako.
Present. Trustee, Chairperson Shineberry, can I make a quick comment?
Sure.
I just wanted the public to know, as well as anybody out watching, that again today, on Monday, we had the same situation. Trustee Heichel had an accident, and it precludes her from being at the meeting tonight. She wanted everybody to know she's misses being here and hopes everybody's doing well, and she's recuperating at home.
Okay. Why don't we leave it on you, and you can tell us whether there's anybody that
There is
wants
no
to...
public comment
No
tonight.
public comment.
I
Okay.
should say no one signed up for public comment tonight.
Okay.
I came out wrong.
Okay. This is time for trustee comments. Trustee Siamaco, do you have a...
I have a couple things. June concert is June 14th from 6 to 8 p.m. in Minerva Park this year, behind the Minerva Park Middle School, which is 5002 Farview Road. Aqua water bills, I'm not going to stop. I need those water bills. Please continue to send as many bills as possible, along with a hardship letter. I still don't have enough to take them to the next step. Update on the Blend and Beautiful initiative. We have moved from Cleveland Heights area to other parts of our township. We plan to have the next stop at the Sunbury Woods Commons, and then we're heading into Glengarry Heights, correct? And I know that our administrator is going to be getting some dates for us, so hopefully we'll have that soon. We had a great turnout for the first JEDZ Executive Parkway Improvement Gathering. Thanks to all of you who attended. And I received something this past week from the Ohio Township Association. I don't know if you received it, but there are 2 proposed constitutional amendments in Ohio that have been approved to take the next step in the process, which is signature collection. The first would ban all property taxes in the state. Have you heard about that? Mm-hmm. The Ohio Attorney General recently approved the summary language, allowing the group behind the initiative to begin gathering signatures. To qualify for the ballot, the group must collect at least 413,487 valid signatures from registered Ohio voters, including signatures from at least 44 of Ohio's 88 counties, with each of those counties meeting a 5% threshold based on the most recent gubernatorial vote. The second proposal would eliminate qualified immunity. The amendment advanced following a recent U.S. Supreme Court decision that affirmed the right to pursue such changes through ballot initiatives. Supporters may now begin collecting signatures to place this amendment before the voters, and if both proposals meet all constitutional and procedural requirements, they could appear on a future statewide ballot. So I guess we'll all be watching to see what happens with that. And that's all I have.
Okay, I have a few announcements as well. The Glendon Township Senior Center was chosen to participate in the Franklin County Office on Aging Ambassador Program. The purpose of the initiative is to spread awareness about the services the county offers to seniors, such as senior options, adult protective services, caregiver support program, home repair, kinship support, transportation, scams, affordable housing, financial exploitation, food assistance, health care for the elderly, and audio services for the visually impaired. The survey that was done with our residents on May 19th, which was just here earlier this week, with the Office of Aging Ambassador Program, helped identify needs that the seniors perceive are not currently addressed or that they are not aware of, in addition to learning about what is offered. If anyone else would like to get involved, please contact Valerie Shaw, who's our Senior Center Director, at bshaw@glendon.twp.org. Next announcement, this is National EMS Week, so I'd like to thank our emergency medical services.
Thank you.
With the fire department. Next, Monday is Memorial Day. It's more than a holiday for picnics and the beginning of summer. It's a day to remember the brave men and women who gave their lives in service for our country. The township will be having our annual Memorial Day ceremony by the flagpole in the cemetery next door at 11 o'clock a.m. It's a wonderful opportunity to join with our community in honoring our local veterans, both living and those who gave their lives for our country. One of our township veterans, who happens to be a World War II veteran and is turning 100 years old in July, will be in attendance, and one of our local elementary schools is providing the music for the ceremony. Please join us at 11 o'clock for a short ceremony followed by free lunch here in the Senior Center as we celebrate Memorial Day. And the last thing is, I want to read this document that came in yesterday. It's from the Ohio Senate, and it says, I better face this way, so it sounds good again. Honoring Blendon Township for outstanding achievement. On behalf of the members of the Senate of the 136th General Assembly of Ohio, we are pleased to extend congratulations to Blendon Township on receiving a spring 2025 grant from America 250 Ohio. Since its inception, Blendon Township has invested considerable time and energy to meet the growing needs of its inhabitants, and this prestigious distinction is a fitting tribute to the municipality for its exceptional work on its Blendon Township, Our Stories and Their Legacy project. Indeed, the township is to be commended for its tremendous efforts to ensure that the important details of our past are transmitted to succeeding generations for their reflection and appreciation. In this modern era, in which the durability of goods and values is often measured in months and days rather than in years and decades, it is not only enlightening but also satisfying to discover that some representations of the past still stand for future generations as a record of and a monument to previous achievements. Through this endeavor, Blendon Township has certainly made a positive contribution to our state, maintaining the rich heritage of bygone days. Thus, it is with genuine pride that we salute Blendon Township on its recent accolade and offer best wishes for the years to come. And it's signed by Senator Robert McCauley, President of the Ohio Senate, and Senator Beth Liston, Assistant Minority Whip. And that concludes trustee comments. Fiscal Officer report.
Yes, and we had an opportunity to read the minutes from the May 7th meeting.
Yes, I will move to approve the minutes of the May 7th meeting.
I'll second.
Any discussion?
No.
Okay, call for vote.
Shinaberry,
Yes.
Diamaco,
Yes.
I had to have an opportunity to review the purchase orders.
Yes, I will move to approve the purchase orders as presented.
I'll second.
Any discussion?
No.
Call for the vote.
Shinaberry,
Yes.
Diamaco,
Yes.
I had to have an opportunity to look at the bills.
Yes, and I will move to pay the bills as presented.
I'll second.
Any discussion?
No.
Call for the vote.
Shinaberry,
Yes.
Diamaco,
Yes.
and have you had a chance to look over the March 2025 bank reconciliation?
Yes, and I will move to approve the March 2025 bank reconciliation as presented.
I'll second.
Any discussion?
No.
Call for the vote.
Shinaberry,
Yes.
Diamaco.
Yes.
Then the next item that I have for you is a request for a resolution to do a supplemental appropriations over the 2025 permanent appropriation resolution. There are a couple items on here. The first one is for general fund planning and zoning. So we have the consultant, the new consultant that came in. He's obviously doing more work. So we're getting a little bit more on the fee side. However, those will be completely offset by revenues that are coming in from those developers and those that are doing things within the township. So requesting a supplemental appropriation for that account for $68,000. The next two are related to the police department. For the first one, this is their professional and technical. There is a software called Panasonic. Is that correct, Chief?
It is Panasonic.
Like that gets renewed every 5 years. So it was off the radar when we set the original appropriations. So this is amending by $15,000 to include the cost for that. We also have the repairs and maintenance, which is basically work on your cruisers. There was a very expensive repair that was done on one of the cruisers, I believe a transmission issue. So requesting $10,000 in supplemental appropriations to take them through the rest of the year. The next two are just related to the salaries and benefits projection that was done. We went back and looked, and there were appropriations were under for two items in the road and bridge fund. One for regular leave payouts that occur And the second one is OPERS related to the salaries and benefits. So asking for appropriations to be increased by 500 and 2,235 in each of those accounts in the road and bridge.
Okay, I will move to approve resolution 2025-17 to amend the 2025 permanent appropriations as presented.
I'll second.
Any discussion?
No.
Call for the vote.
Shinneberry?
Yes.
Simoco?
Yes.
The next item is just a discussion item, and there'll be an action that'll come forward on June 4th. So the OCLC, it's the Ohio College Library Center. So they are a not-for-profit, and the way in which they were organized, anytime that they need to issue any type of debt, they have to seek approval from different entities, City of Columbus, Franklin County, and the Blendon Township trustees. So there'll be a resolution that is coming forth on June 4th, similar to one that was passed in 2020 for the same purpose, for the OCLC to issue debt. So just bringing it to your attention that will come forward on June 4th.
Do you know how often they request that?
Last one was 2020,
I mean, is it every?
just when they have a need to issue debt.
Anything else?
That is it.
Okay, on to administration and human resources. Mr. Meyer.
Thank you. Few things. First off, I'd ask you to pass resolution NU 2025-02, nuisance resolution at 3408 Dempsey Road. It said 38, hopefully I corrected it. It's 3408 Dempsey Road. This is a property at Dempsey and Arnett, and we'd like to get the letter out. If I send a letter out tomorrow, they have 7 calendar days to remedy the grass. If not, we will have Miller Landscaping cut it, and then we will bill the taxes for that amount of money. So I'd ask that we go ahead and put that resolution in place.
I will move to approve resolution NU 2025-02 as presented.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Call for the vote.
Shinneberry?
Yes.
Simoco?
Yes.
Thank you. Next, I'd ask that you pass a similar resolution, NU 2025-03, a nuisance resolution at 3771 Caracas Drive. Again, what I didn't say about the first one, multiple attempts, blue tags on the doors, phone calls, knocking on the doors. We're not getting a hold of the people, so the owner will receive the letter. 7 days, we'll cut the grass. So it'll be next Thursday, we will be contracting to cut these 2 properties. So I'd ask that you pass that resolution as well.
Okay, I will move to approve resolution NU 2025-03. I'm declaring the property at 3771 Caracas Drive a nuisance.
I'll second.
Any discussion?
No.
Vote, please.
Shinneberry?
Yes.
Simoco?
Yes.
Thank you. Next, I'd ask a motion to accept $75 in donation from Ridgewood Park Rentals. People put a small deposit down and they just tell us to keep it. So $75 donations we did receive last week.
Okay, I'll move to accept the $75 in donations from Ridgewood Park Rentals.
I'll second that with thanks.
Any discussion?
No.
Call for the vote.
Shinneberry?
Yes.
Simoco?
Yes.
Thank you. I've got several informational things, but if it's okay with you, Matt Newman's ill. I'll go ahead and take care of the 2 orders of business that he would have had, and then I'll come back and give you the kind of informational stuff that I don't need motions for or anything, just updating you on some things. That's okay? So first, several residents had asked, and we finally got the approval, worked with the county and worked with Griffin Pavement as well as the Jet Z. And we're going to paint the lanes, the center lanes, the channelizing lanes, the stop lanes on Executive Parkway, right in front of McDonald's and everything as you come there. We've had several residents ask about it. It took us some time to get approvals to do all that, but we did. So I'd ask for approval of a purchase order to Griffin Pavement Striping in the amount of $10,332.25 for striping at Executive Parkway as well as Emmerich Road. So both those roads. And again, this will be coming out of Jet Z funds.
Okay. You ready for a motion on
Yes,
that?
please.
Okay, I will move to approve a purchase order to Griffin Pavement Striping in the amount of $10,332.25 for striping of Executive Parkway and Emmerich Road with funds coming from the Jet Z Fund.
I'll second.
Any discussion?
No.
Call for the vote, please.
Chineberry?
Yes.
Siamaco?
Next, I'd asked for approval of the 2025-2026 rock salt bid number 24-034 swap 4G. This is the same bid process we go through every year. We're not buying salt right now. We're locking in the price of $71.35 for the remainder of 25 and all of 26 as part of this bid process. Locking in and out will make sure that we're good. We have to buy a minimum of 500 ton, but we can buy more. So I'm just asking for approval for me to sign that bid contract.
I'll move to authorize you to sign the bid document, which allows pricing of $71.35 per ton to be locked in for the remainder of 25 and all of 26.
Second.
Any discussion? Call for the vote, please.
Chineberry?
Yes.
Siamaco?
Thank you. So just a few informational things for you. First, Trustee Siamaco mentioned the BBI, the Blended Beautification Initiative, and we are going to Sunbury Woods, and we're going to do Glengarry Heights. That'll be scheduled next week. I want to give you an update as well. I spoke with the young lady that schedules that, and all she asked is that we send her some pictures of what we're looking at so she can say how many people do I need, how many bags do I need. So Jeff's going out tomorrow to take pictures of Sunbury Woods Commons and areas around Sunbury Woods, and go ahead and take Glengarry pictures as well and get them over in case that's a whole separate day. Might be one day, could be 2 days, but that's what we're doing tomorrow. We're taking those pictures. So that'll get us on the schedule, probably Tuesday, Wednesday next week, maybe Wednesday the day after the holiday, I guess. Next, I'd like to give you an update on our zoning and code compliance department. Been pretty busy, as everybody knows, the grass is growing and everything else. But I wanted to let you know, in code compliance, since January 1st up until yesterday, 53 addresses have been brought to our attention with complaints, or we have gone out and talked with them. Some of them are multiple, on the same address. 40 of them we have actually turned into cases, so that's where you see the multiple. There's 40 open cases right now. 17 have been resolved, and then we're doing the abatements on the 2 that we're doing it. So we're still working. We tag one day, we tag the third day. After that, we'll do the nuisance resolutions if they haven't cut the grass. So we tag twice within a 72-hour period. And we knock the door, they call it back. So that's what we're doing there. We do have a mower, and we have talked to our legal, and we've talked to our risk department. I know the township's done this in the past, but I didn't want to put our risk insurance in any danger if it's changed. They were fine with it. If someone says they don't have a mower, we have a mower. And what we've done is we've zip tied instructions on how to start the mower, how to gas the mower, and all that stuff as far as risk is concerned as well. And we have a laminated owner's manual for them. So if someone needs to borrow the mower, we'll drop it, we'll leave those instructions in the manual with them, and then we'll pick it up after they cut the grass. So the risk department was fine with it, and Julie Donna's group reviewed everything, was fine with it. So we just want to make sure we have that covered. So we will loan people that mower if they need it. On the zoning side, since January, we've had 21 residential certificates of zoning compliance permits issued, 4 commercial zoning applications, 1 sign application, 13 fence applications, 1 variance, and 1 conditional use handled by the office. On the commercial building side, as you know, we were just talking about Eric Shaver's group handles that for us. There's been 11 new cases. Doesn't sound like a lot, but a commercial case is about 5 or 6, sometimes 8 different permits, fire suppression, all the different things, as opposed to residential. So there's a lot involved with that. So doing a lot of work there. We also have cloud permit now set up with the compliance module implemented. We have tomorrow, it'll be going on the website. People will be able to go to the website and actually put a complaint into the website if they want to, do that anonymously. Comes to us, we can follow up through the software, track everything through the software. So people don't have to call, they can go right on. We'll be putting that on the website tomorrow and explaining how to get there and so forth. So that'll be a good addition. So that's just a little update from the zoning department I wanted to give you guys. And I think I told the trustees, I was contacted a couple weeks ago by some representatives from OTARMA, the Ohio Township Association's Risk Management Authority. And they have an open board position, and there's nobody on that board for Franklin County, and there's nobody on that board that is not an elected official. So they've asked if I was interested in talking with them about the board position. So in June, they'll be interviewing me to possibly be on the board. I think it'd be a good representation for us. We've been part of OTARMA for a long time, and it would give us some say in rates and different things like that, and programs. So I'm gonna go for that. With your blessing, I believe you'll also go for it, so we'll see how it goes. I'll let you guys know. One more thing I wanted to talk about that's kind of been in the news, so to speak, as far as in the neighborhoods and so forth. And I've talked about this before, but I want to talk about it again today. There's executive session / special meetings. There are times that the Board of Trustees of a local government go into executive session. Executive session always starts as a public meeting. It opens up, the public is here, and the trustees then go to an executive session. There are only 4 reasons you can go to executive session: to discuss purchase or sale of property, to consider the appointment, discipline, compensation, punishment and so forth of a public employee, to conference with an attorney concerning pending or imminent court action, and lastly, preparing, conducting, or reviewing collective bargaining strategies. Once in executive session, anything that happens in executive session is confidential. There are no decisions made in executive session. Any decision that will be made when we come back out of executive session. The regular meeting starts back up, special / regular meeting is back into the public, and then there's either action or no action. So I just want to make that clear to everybody how that works. We post those, always post those at least 24 hours prior. And 99.9% of the time that I've been here, they've been here in this building. So we'll have more of those in the future, and I just want to make sure everybody understands how we post those and why we have them. And that's probably the longest report I've ever given, and I'm done. Sorry, Chief.
Well, I have a comment about one of the things that you talked about. I just want to say, I think we go above and beyond with our mower loaner program, and I think that's great. Thank you for making sure that we aren't doing anything liability-wise and getting all that approved. But yeah, any resident who says they can't mow their grass, they don't have an excuse because of our mower program. So I think that's great that we do that, and thank you for making sure that was all approved liability-wise.
And one thing I forgot to mention that the public should know as well is we cannot go on public property and cut grass. If the resident said to us, go ahead and cut my grass, we can't do that. We have to outsource that to a third party. There's a lot of reasons. One is how do we pay, we have insurance, we have all the different things that's involved with a person's compensation. So when we have these, we have to go through this nuisance process in order to cut it. So it does take time. We're working on it. The rain's been rough on everybody. So, we're trying to have a little grace with folks and talk with them. And most people want to do it. It's just getting to it. So we're seeing the one right out here down the street here. We were talking about, wow, that grass is getting really long. And we pulled out yesterday and everything was mowed. So I think people are getting to it. And we'll just keep working with them. So thank you.
All right, on to the police department. Chief Belford.
The county sheriff, the township police departments, and village police departments are going to a new CAD system, computer-aided dispatching system. It's not online yet, but a lot of hard work by the Senate Rep for Glenn Township. It's the first department in Franklin County with all of our MVPs up and ready to go online, so it's really help now. We also launched the debut this week of electronic tickets, so no longer do our officers have to write tickets by hand. A lot of information is already in the MVT from the beginning of the traffic stop. They put in some more information, push a button, prints out the ticket. Ticket is served to the driver. Officer doesn't have to sign it. The driver doesn't have to sign it, and any dispute of that is just resolved by body cam footage. If they are on video, whether they sign it or not, they're receiving it. Have it explained to them. And as to the signage and running off the road complaints at Central College Road and Cubbage. The Franklin County engineer did have all of the crash reports. They have access to all those. But we also forwarded to them today all of the informational reports and roll call entries. Sometimes it wasn't a car into the yard running the sign. Sometimes they just found tire tracks. County engineer had no visibility on all those incidents because they access the crash data, not the informational data. So we made sure that they had copies of all that so they can get a full picture and full analysis of what they want to do to fix that situation. And that's all I have to report tonight.
Thank you. On to the fire department, Chief Miller.
Yeah, I just wanted to let the board know, one of our firefighter paramedics, Dwayne Morris, is retired here within the last month. Dwayne was out at Station 112 on 3 unit for pretty much the 26 years that he was here. even longer than that. He was also part-time with us prior to being full-time. So wish Dwayne the best in retirement, and he served the township and the city for quite a while. The other thing I want to let everybody know is we're currently hiring for full-time firefighters. So minimum certifications, you have to have your firefighter 2 and EMT basic. That we're still have preferential hiring for paramedics. So, but we did open up our hiring practice a little bit more to allow EMT basics and firefighters to apply as well. So, and that's all I got.
How many people do you need?
We have 2 vacancies right now, and I also have some more retirements coming up. So we typically hire for about 6 months to a year at a time and create a list, and as vacancies come up, we fill off of that list. So.
Any other announcements for the good of the meeting? Okay, well, hearing none, I will announce that the next regular trustee meeting will be on June 4th at 6:30 right here, and I will move to adjourn this meeting at 6:55 p.m.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Call for the vote.
Middlebury?
Yes,
Siamaco?
this meeting is adjourned. Is that soft enough?
Oh, don't go, if you can sign it, I'll sit it down, 3 of you can hit them all, that'd be great.